Hello, hello, and a very, very happy new year to every single person listening to us right now. Can you believe it? It is 2026, a brand new year, a brand new calendar, and a brand new chance to change your life. You are listening to the very first episode of English PodTalk. I am your host, Kay, and I am feeling absolutely electric today.
Happy New Year, everyone! I'm Cami, and I have to tell you, Kay, I haven't slept properly for 2 days because I was so excited for this launch. 2026 is finally here, and honestly, I feel like this year is going to be the most special one yet for all of us.
I agree, Cami. There's something in the air in January, isn't there? It's that feeling of a fresh start. You know that moment when you open a new notebook and the pages are so white and clean? That is what today feels like, and we are so honored that you are choosing to spend these first few days of the year with us.
Exactly. To our listeners, thank you for being here. You are officially the founding members of our English PodTalk family. Whether you're listening to us while going for a morning walk to fulfill your New Year resolution, or you are still in your warm blanket with a cup of tea, welcome to English PodTalk.
Speaking of New Year resolutions, Cami, let's be honest. It's January 6th. How are your resolutions going?
Okay, why did you have to ask that? Listeners, let me tell you a secret. On January 1st, I bought a very expensive gym membership and brand new running shoes. I told myself, Cami, in 2026, you will be a fitness queen.
And how many times have you been to the gym?
0. I have used my new running shoes exactly once to walk to the kitchen to get a slice of cake. They are very comfortable for walking to the fridge, though.
See, this is what happens. We make these big, scary goals like, I will lose 10 kilos, or I will learn the entire English dictionary in 1 month. And then we fail by the second week. Because those goals are like heavy rocks we try to carry.
Exactly. And that's what I want to tell our family today. If your New Year resolution was, I will speak perfect English, please take a pen and cross out the word perfect.
That is so important, Cami. Perfection is the enemy of progress. In 2026, we don't want you to be perfect. We want you to be consistent. We want you to be brave.
Ah, brave. I love that word. You know, Kay, I was thinking, why is English always a New Year resolution for so many people? Every year, millions of people say, this is the year I will finally speak English. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because English is not just a language anymore. In 2026, English is like a global key. It's the key that opens doors to better jobs. It's the key that lets you make friends from Brazil to Berlin. And it's the key that gives you a different kind of confidence. When you speak English, you feel like you belong to the whole world, not just one corner of it.
That is so deep, Kay. It's true. When I first started speaking English, I felt like I had a superpower. I remember the first time I ordered food in English at an airport, I was so nervous my voice was trembling. But when the waiter understood me and gave me my coffee, oh man, I felt like I had won an Olympic gold medal.
A gold medal for a coffee. But that's the point. Those small wins are what build a new you. This year, we want our English Pod Talk family to focus on those small wins. Don't worry about the big mountain. Just look at the one step in front of you.
So, if you're listening to this and you feel like your English is bad or broken, stop right there. Your English is not broken. It's under construction, and we're the builders working with you.
I love that. Under construction. And you know what else, Cami? This year, let's change the motivation. Instead of saying, I have to learn English for my boss, or I have to learn it for an exam, say, I am learning English for me.
Yes, for your own growth, for your own dreams. Imagine by the end of 2026, you could be watching a Hollywood movie without subtitles. You could be giving a presentation with a smile. You could be traveling to a new country and actually talking to the locals.
That is the vision we have for this family. We want to take you from I am shy to I am heard, and that is why we started English PodTalk. We wanted a place that feels warm, like a hug, but also keeps you moving forward.
Speaking of moving forward, Kay, I think we should tell our listeners about the family bond we're building here. Guys, we aren't just voices in your ears. We want to hear from you. We want to know your stories. What are your dreams for 2026? What makes you scared about English? Tell us in the comments. We want this to be a two-way street.
Right, and to make it fun, we have added some humor to our lessons. Because let's be real, English is a very weird language. Why is read in present and read in past spelled the same but pronounced differently? It's crazy.
Don't even get me started on tough, through, and thorough. My brain still hurts sometimes. But that's the fun of it. We will laugh at the craziness of English together.
So here is our New Year promise to you. We will be here every week. We will bring you the best, simplest, and most helpful English content. We will be your partners, your cheerleaders, and sometimes your funny friends who make you laugh when you make a mistake.
And your promise to us, just show up. That's it. Even if you're tired, even if you only listen for 10 minutes, just show up. Consistency is the magic ingredient.
Well said. Now, Cami, I think our family is ready. They have the motivation, they have the New Year energy, and they have us. Should we tell them what the very first topic of 2026 is?
Yes, since it's a new year and many people are planning their holidays, our first topic is travel.
Travel. It's the perfect way to start because learning English is exactly like a trip. You pack your bags, your vocabulary, you get a map, grammar, and then you set off into the unknown.
But wait, Kay, before we get to the airport, I need to explain how our podcast works because we have a very special 6-step map for this journey.
I love maps, especially when they are easy to follow. So, family, listen closely. Step 1 is the vocabulary preview. We call this the word warm-up.
Exactly. Before you hear the main story, we'll give you a quick look at a few key words. This is so you don't feel lost when you hear the conversation later. It's like seeing a trailer before the movie.
Then comes step 2, the main event. You will listen to a real-life conversation between two friends, Sophie and Leo. They will be using the words we just practiced in a very natural way.
After the story, we move to step 3, the vocabulary deep dive. This is where Kay and I really get to work. We will take those words and explain them with clear examples. We want you to understand not just what the word means, but how to actually use it in a sentence today.
And because we want you to sound like a pro, step 4 is the mistake spotter. We will talk about those tiny, annoying mistakes that almost every English learner makes when talking about their trips.
Like saying, my travel was good instead of my trip was good. We'll fix all of those for you.
Then comes the most important part, step 5, speaking practice. This is where we stop talking and we give you the microphone. We will ask you questions and give you a few seconds to answer out loud. Please, don't just think it, say it.
And finally, step 6, the quick quiz. We'll have some multiple choice questions based on the conversation between Sophie and Leo. It's a fun way to check if you were really listening or if you were daydreaming about your next vacation.
I'm usually the one daydreaming, but this quiz is great because if you get the answers right, you can win a shout out in our next episode.
So that's the plan. It's simple, it's fast, and it's designed to help you grow.
You know, Cami, I really hope people feel how much we care. We spent so many nights planning this. I even missed my favorite TV show because I was thinking about how to explain the word itinerary.
Now that is true dedication. But that's because we know how life-changing English can be. It's not just about a job or a grade. It's about freedom. The freedom to travel, to make friends from different countries, and to understand the world.
Freedom. I love that. So to everyone listening, are you ready to take your first step towards freedom?
I think they are. I can feel the energy through the microphone.
Wait, Cami, one more thing before we start the vocabulary. I want to tell everyone, if you're feeling nervous today, it's okay. take a deep breath. You are with Kay and Cami. We are not experts who look down on you. We are your friends who are walking beside you.
Well said, Kay. We're all in the same boat. Sometimes the water is rough, sometimes it's calm, but we're rowing together.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
Okay, no more singing. Let's save the singing for episode 10. For now, let's focus on our first big adventure.
All right, I've got my imaginary backpack on. I've got my invisible passport. Cami, lead the way.
Let's do it. Family, get your notebooks ready or just open your ears wide. It's time for our very first vocabulary preview.
Let's go. But before we jump in, let's take a 5-second deep breath break. Ready? Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out.
Section 1. Word warm-up.
All right, family, let's start our word warm-up. These are the 5 magic words you need to know before we listen to Sophie and Leo's conversation.
I'm ready with my mental highlighter. What's the first one, Kay?
The first word is a bit of a trick. It is to book. Now, we all know a book is something you read, right? But as a verb, to book means to reserve or pay for something in advance.
Oh, like when I say, I need to book my flight to Paris before the prices go up, right?
Exactly. You can book a hotel, book a flight, or even book a table at a restaurant. It basically means saving your spot.
Got it. Save the spot, book the trip. What's number 2?
Number 2 is itinerary. This one is a bit tricky to say, so let's say it slowly. Itinerary. Cami, you want to try?
Itinerary. It sounds so professional. An itinerary is just a fancy way of saying your travel plan, right?
Spot on. It's the list of where you are going and when. For example, my itinerary for Italy includes 3 days in Rome and 2 days in Venice. It helps you stay organized so you don't get lost.
I definitely need an itinerary then because I get lost even in my own house. Okay, what is word number 3?
Word number 3 is a phrasal verb, to set off. This means to begin a journey or to start travel.
So instead of saying we started our trip at 6 a.m., I can say we set off at 6 a.m.
Exactly. It sounds much more natural and like a native speaker. We set off early to avoid the traffic.
I like that. It sounds like the beginning of a movie. What's next?
Next is to check in. You probably know this one from the airport or hotels. It's the process of registering when you arrive.
Right. You go to the desk, show your ID, and they give you the keys. That's checking in. And don't forget when you leave, you check out.
Very true, Cami. And our final word for this warm-up is sightseeing.
Oh, I know this one. This is the best part. Sightseeing is when you visit famous or interesting places as a tourist.
Yes, like visiting the Taj Mahal, the Eiffel Tower, or the Great Wall of China. You are seeing the sights.
So if I spend all day looking at museums and monuments, I am sightseeing.
Perfect. So let's quickly recap for our PodTalk family. 1, to book, to reserve. 2, itinerary, the plan. 3, to set off, to start the journey. 4, check in, to register arrival. And 5, sightseeing, visiting famous places.
I think our family is ready. They have the words, they have the meanings, and now they're ready for the main event.
I think so too. Now it's time for step 2, the main event. Listen carefully to Sophie and Leo. They are going to use all 5 of these words. Try to see if you can hear them.
Let's listen.
Section 2. Sophie and Leo conversation.
Hey, Sophie, welcome back to the real world. I saw your photos on Instagram. Man, I am so jealous. How was the trip?
Hi, Leo. Oh, it was incredible, truly. But honestly, I am exhausted. I feel like I need a second vacation just to recover from the first one.
The classic traveler's problem. You go away to relax, but you come back even more tired. So tell me the truth. Was it as perfect as it looked in the photos?
Well, it started a bit stressful. I'm usually a person who plans months in advance. But this time, everything was last minute. I had to book my flight only 2 weeks before leaving, so you can imagine the price. My poor bank account is still crying.
Oh, I bet. Booking late is always a gamble. But once you got there, did you just go with the flow, or were you a woman with a plan?
You know me, Leo. I can't just go with the flow. I had a 6-page itinerary. I wanted to see everything. Rome, Florence, Venice. I even tried to squeeze in a trip to a small vineyard in Tuscany.
6 pages? Sophie, that's not an itinerary, that's a book. Did you actually manage to follow it?
Mostly, but it was intense. On our first full day, we had to set off from our hotel in Rome at 5 a.m. to catch the high-speed train to Florence. I was basically a zombie walking through the train station.
5 a.m. on a holiday? That should be illegal. So what happened when you reached Florence? Did you at least get a nap?
I wish. The moment we arrived, we ran to the hotel. We had to check in quickly, but the room wasn't ready yet, so we just dropped our bags at the desk and went straight to the Uffizi Gallery. No rest for the tourists.
Wow, you really were on a mission. Did you actually enjoy the sightseeing, or was it just running from one building to another?
No, I really loved it. Even though I was tired, standing in front of the statue of David, Leo, it was breathtaking. I just stood there for 10 minutes without saying a word. And the food. I think I ate my body weight in pasta and pizza.
Now that sounds like my kind of trip. Any funny stories, or did everything go according to your 6-page plan?
Actually, something funny did happen. In Venice, I was so busy sightseeing, looking up at the beautiful buildings, that I almost walked straight into a canal. A local fisherman had to grab my arm and pull me back.
Oh no! Tourist falls into Venice Canal would have been a great headline for our office group chat.
Hey, it's not funny. Okay, maybe a little bit, but honestly, despite the early mornings and the near drowning, it was the best trip of my life.
I'm glad to hear that, Sophie. Welcome home. Now, let's get some coffee. I want to hear more about that pizza.
And scene. What a great conversation. Sophie's trip sounded like a real adventure. Maybe a little too fast, but very exciting.
I can totally imagine Sophie walking into a canal while looking at a building. That sounds like something I would do.
Me too, Cami. But did you notice how naturally they used the words? Sophie talked about how she had to book her flight, her long itinerary, and how they had to set off early.
And she didn't forget about the struggle of trying to check in when your room isn't ready. That is a classic travel problem.
Exactly. Now that our family has heard the words in a real story, it's time to move to step 3, the vocabulary deep dive.
Section 3. Vocabulary Deep Dive.
Welcome back, family. Now we are entering step 3, the vocabulary deep dive. And wow, Sophie and Leo's conversation was full of amazing phrases today.
It really was. Sophie used so many words that real native speakers use every day. Okay, I've been taking notes. We have a big list to help our English PodTalk family sound more natural.
I love that. Let's start with the very first thing Sophie said. She didn't just say she was tired, she said she was exhausted.
Oh, I love that word, exhausted. Family, think of it like this. If tired is when you want to sit down, exhausted is when you feel like you can't even move your pinky finger. Your battery is at 0%.
Exactly. If you work for 10 hours and then go to the gym, you aren't just tired, you are exhausted. It's a level up word. Next, Sophie said she did everything last minute.
This is a great phrase for time. Imagine you have a flight on Friday, but you wait until Thursday night to pack your bags. That is last minute. It means doing something at the very end of the time you have.
And because she was last minute, she had to book her flight. We know this means to reserve, but Leo said booking late is a gamble.
Now, this is interesting. A gamble usually happens in a casino where you might win or lose money. But in daily life, a gamble is any risk.
If you wait until the last minute to book a flight, the price might go up or the seats might be gone. So you are taking a risk. You are taking a gamble. For example, traveling without an umbrella in London is a gamble. It might rain any second.
That is so true. Now, Kay, let's talk about go with the flow. Leo asked if Sophie was relaxed or if she had a plan.
Go with the flow is about your attitude. Imagine water in a river. It just moves where the river goes. It doesn't fight. So a person who goes with the flow is a person who doesn't have a strict plan. If the train is late, they say, "It's okay, I'll just have a coffee." They are relaxed.
But Sophie is the opposite. She had a 6-page itinerary. Remember, family, an itinerary is just your written plan. But she also tried to squeeze in a visit to a vineyard.
Squeeze is what you do to a lemon to get the juice out. You use force because there is no space. So when you squeeze in an activity, it means your day is already full, but you try to push one more small thing into your schedule.
Like trying to squeeze in a 5-minute nap before guests arrive at your house. Okay, now let's look at the word intense. Sophie said the trip was intense.
If something is intense, it means it is very strong or takes a lot of energy. A 3-city trip in 7 days is intense because you are always moving, always walking, and always busy.
And that's why she had to set off at 5 a.m. Family, set off is just a cooler way to say start a journey. You can say, we set off for the airport while the whole city was sleeping.
And because she woke up so early, she was a zombie. In movies, zombies move slowly and don't talk. So in English, if you are very, very sleepy, you can say, "Don't talk to me yet. I'm a zombie until I drink my tea."
Now, Kay, let's explain what Leo said to Sophie. He said, you really were on a mission. I love this one.
This is a very important one for beginners. Think about a soldier or a secret agent. They have one goal and they move very fast to finish it. They don't look left, they don't look right. They are on a mission.
So when Leo says this to Sophie, he means she was moving like a secret agent. She reached Florence, checked in, dropped her bags, and ran to the museum. She didn't waste a single minute. She was 100% focused on her goal of seeing everything.
Use "on a mission" when you see someone moving very fast and with a lot of purpose. Like, my mom is on a mission to clean the whole house before the guests arrive.
That's a perfect example. And while she was on a mission, she did some sightseeing. This is just the activity of visiting famous places.
But she almost fell into a canal in Venice. Family, a canal is like a street made of water. Instead of cars, they have boats.
And finally, Sophie said the view was breathtaking.
Think about the logic of the word. Breath plus taking. It means the beauty is so big that it literally takes your breath away. You forget to breathe for a second because you are so surprised by the beauty. It's much stronger than saying very beautiful.
Wow, Kay, this list is like a treasure chest. Let's look at them one last time for our family. 1, exhausted, very tired. 2, last minute, at the final moment. 3, to book, to reserve. 4, gamble, a risk. 5, go with the flow, to be relaxed and flexible. 6, itinerary, your written travel plan. 7, squeeze in, to find time in a busy schedule. 8, intense, strong, and high energy. 9, set off, to start a journey. 10, zombie, someone who is very sleepy and slow. 11, on a mission, very focused and moving fast towards a goal. 12, sightseeing, visiting famous tourist places. 13, canal, a water road. And 14, breathtaking, very beautiful.
What an amazing list. Family, here's my advice. Don't try to use all of them at once. Just pick one. Maybe tomorrow, instead of saying "I am tired," say "I am exhausted." Small steps lead to big changes.
Exactly. And now that we have all these amazing words, let's make sure we don't make the common mistakes that confuse people.
You're right. It's time for step 4, the mistake spotter. Let's go.
Section 4. Mistake Spotter.
Welcome to step 4, the mistake spotter. Family, this is a very important part of our journey today. Why? Because sometimes, even if you know a lot of words, one small mistake can make you feel less confident.
Oh, I know that feeling. It's like wearing a beautiful dress, but having a tiny spot of ink on it. You only think about the spot.
Exactly. So let's clean those spots. The biggest mistake English learners make is confusing the words travel and trip.
Kay, I see this all the time in the comments. People say, "How was your travel to Italy?" Or "I had a great travel last month." Is that wrong?
Yes, it sounds a bit unnatural. You see, travel is usually a verb, an action, or it's a general idea. For example, I love to travel.
Okay, so travel is the big general idea. Then what is a trip?
A trip is a specific event. It has a beginning and an end. So if you went to Italy and came back, that was a trip. You should say, "How was your trip to Italy?" Or "My trip was amazing."
Ah, I see. So travel is the hobby, but trip is the actual journey I took. Let me try an example to see if I got it. Travel is my favorite thing to do, and my last trip to the mountains was very fun. How is that?
Perfect. 10 out of 10, Cami. Another small mistake is using the word travels. Some people say, "I am going on my travels tomorrow."
That sounds like something from an old book.
It really does. Unless you are a famous explorer from the year 1800, just say, "I'm going on a trip," or "I am traveling tomorrow." Keep it simple.
Simple is always better. So, family, remember, how was your travel? No. How was your trip? Yes.
Exactly. And one last thing. When you talk about a place, you go to a place or you visit a place. Don't say, "I visited to London." Just say, "I visited London," or "I went to London."
I visited London. No two. Got it. I feel much more confident now. I think our Pod Talk family does too.
But wait, Cami, before we move to the speaking practice, I want to say something very important to our family listening right now.
Oh, I can see that serious but kind look on your face, Kay. What is it?
It's about those mistakes we just talked about. Family, I know that when you make a mistake, it feels like a tiny sting. You might feel embarrassed, or you might want to stop talking. But please, remember this. A mistake is not a failure. A mistake is actually a signal that you are growing.
That is so true. You know, I once read that if you aren't making mistakes, it means you aren't trying anything new. It means you're staying in your comfort zone. And 2026 is not the year for staying in our comfort zones.
Exactly, Cami. 2026 is the year of being brave, not perfect. Every time you say travel instead of trip and then you correct yourself, your brain becomes a little bit stronger. You're like an athlete training for a marathon. You will stumble, you might even fall, but you have to get up and keep running.
And remember, we are right here running beside you. We don't care about your perfect grammar or your perfect accent. We care about your voice. We want to hear what you have to say. Your stories, your dreams, your funny orange disasters. That is what makes English beautiful.
So, as we move into the speaking practice, I want you to shake off all that fear. Don't let that little voice in your head say, "What if I'm wrong?" Instead, ask yourself, "What if I'm understood?" Because that is the real magic of language.
Wow, okay. I'm feeling so motivated right now. I feel like I could give a speech in front of 1,000 people.
Well, let's start with just one or two questions first.
Right. Let's take that New Year energy and put it into action. It's time for the most exciting part of our show.
It's time for step 5, speaking practice. Family, get ready to open your hearts and your mouths. Let's go.
Section 5, Speaking Practice.
All right, family, this is it. The most important part of the whole episode. We have talked and you have listened, but now it's your turn to shine.
I'm so excited. This is where you, our Pod Talk family, become the stars of the show. We are going to ask you 3 simple questions about travel.
After each question, there will be a 10-second pause. That silence is for you. Don't just think about the answer in your head, speak it out loud. Even if you only say 3 words, say them with confidence.
And don't worry about grammar. If you make a mistake, just laugh and keep going. Ready? Let's start with an easy one.
Question number 1. If you could book a flight to anywhere in the world right now, where would you go and why?
For example, you could say, I would go to Japan because I love the food. Now it's your turn.
Wonderful. I think I heard someone say Switzerland and another person say Bali. Great job.
I love those choices. Okay, question number 2. Do you like to have a strict itinerary or do you prefer to go with the flow when you travel?
That was fantastic. It's okay to be a planner like Sophie or a go-with-the-flow person like Cami.
Hey, I'm not that disorganized. Okay, here is our final question for today, and it's a beautiful one. Question number 3. What is the most breathtaking place you have ever visited? Describe it in one sentence.
I can almost feel the beauty of the places you're describing. Well done, family. Truly well done.
I am so proud of you. You just spoke English in 2026. You took a step toward your goal, and that is a huge win.
Remember, every time you speak out loud, you are building a new you. You are training your muscles and your brain to be comfortable with this language.
If you found it hard today, don't worry. You can always rewind this part and try again. Practice makes not perfect, but better.
Exactly. And now that you have practiced your speaking, it's time to see how well you understood everything.
It's time for our final step. Step 6, the quick quiz.
Let's see who's going to get that shout out in the next episode. Ready, Cami?
Ready, let's go.
Section 6. Quick quiz.
All right, family. We have reached the final station of our journey today. Step 6, the quick quiz.
This is the moment of truth. Did you listen carefully to Sophie's adventure, or were you thinking about what to cook for dinner?
Let's find out. Here's how it works. I will read a question and 3 options, A, B, and C. We will give you a few seconds to think.
But here's the special part. Don't just keep the answers in your head. Write them in the comments section below.
Yes, and if you get all the answers correct, Cami and I will pick a few winners and give you a huge shout out in our next episode. Imagine, the whole PodTalk family will hear your name.
I'm so excited to see who our first episode stars are going to be. Okay, Kay, let's start.
Question number 1. What is an itinerary? A type of Italian food. B, a detailed travel plan or schedule. C, a person who works at a hotel.
That's a good one. Take a second, family.
Okay, write down your answer for number 1. Now, Cami, you take the next one.
Question number 2. Why was Sophie's flight so expensive? A, because she booked it at the last minute. B, because she traveled in first class. C, because she lost her ticket.
I remember her bank account was crying. Okay, question number 3. Which of these is the correct way to ask about someone's journey? A, how was your travel? B, how was your travels? C, how was your trip?
Remember our mistake spotter section for that one. And finally, question number 4. What does the phrase to set off mean? A, to end a vacation. B, to begin or start a journey. C, to buy a map.
That's it. 4 questions to test your travel English power. Write your answers like this in the comments. 1A, 2B, and so on.
We are going to be reading every single comment, I promise. I might even reply with some heart emojis.
Well, family, we have come to the end of our very first episode. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little bit emotional, Kay. We started this episode talking about New Year 2026 and the fear of speaking English. And look at us now. We've learned new words, spotted mistakes, and even practiced speaking.
It's been an incredible start. To everyone listening, be proud of yourself. You didn't just watch a video today. You participated in a community. You took a brave step in this new year.
And that is exactly what 2026 is about. Small steps, big dreams. Whether you are a beginner or at a B1, B2 level, remember that your voice matters. Don't let it stay quiet.
Thank you for joining the English PodTalk family today. If you enjoyed this journey, please hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps us to keep creating these episodes for you.
And share this with a friend. Learning is more fun when you do it with a study buddy.
We will be back very soon with episode 2, where we will share the names of our quiz winners and dive into another exciting topic.
I can't wait. Until then, keep practicing, keep traveling in your dreams, and keep speaking.
Happy New Year once again. This is Kay,
And Cami.
signing off from English PodTalk.
Bye-bye, family. See you soon.